At the Zeigler Auto Group, we win as a team because we also focus on individual growth and development. We are one team, one goal. We are one Zeigler.
Hi Team Zeigler, my name is Nancy Nagel and I am with the Plainwell Ford store. I have been on a weight loss journey. Some of you know, some of you don't, but I am nearing the 80-pound mark lost.
Two things that have always been in my life and I've been passionate about is hot air ballooning and the auto industry. So when I was young, 16, 17 years old, I started training to be a balloon pilot.
Chris Uppenfeld, General Manager at Zeigler Granville as well as Zeigler Lowell. I think almost every day I look at myself and okay, how can I make the team better? How can I make the dealerships that I'm running better? And then when I have certain employees, maybe they come to me with an issue or I come to them with an issue, and how am I going to work this out so the team is better, because I can make this guy's performance better. Or I can make my performance better.
I'm Mike Conley, the General Manager of Mercedes-Benz of Hoffman Estates and Infinity of Hoffman Estates.
I'm Dick Barker, next rate guy here at Mercedes and Infinity.
8 years ago, 2014, on December 15th of that year, started out like pretty much any other morning. Got up, got to work early, normal business day. If you were to ask me leading up to that, was I stressed or anything like that, probably never would have said yes.
I've been with Zeigler Auto Group since 2018, I believe, is when they bought us. One of the best things that ever happened to me personally. Been part of the President's Club every year that I was fully eligible. Me personally, had I not gone to the President's Club or been part of that, I highly doubt 3 years from now I'd be sitting in this seat.
So at the beginning of this year and the beginning of every year, I go over my goals, and both personal and professional, with my general sales manager, Brent Warner. And one of my personal goals was to run 1 mile without stopping. Well, he challenged me to do a 5K, and he said, I will do it with you. So we signed up for the Zeigler 5K, and he said, you have to at least run 1 mile. I don't care how you do the rest of it. We'll walk, we'll run, whatever, or we'll do a combination. So a few days before the event, Brent sprains his ankle. I believe it's broken. He says it's only sprained. I said, don't sweat it. I've signed up. I'm going to do it anyway. He said, absolutely not. I'm not going to just sit here and watch you do it. He goes, I'm going to do it with you.
I truly believe that hot air ballooning and the auto industry do mix. And it took a lot of courage. It took a lot of time. No one was helping me. I didn't say, to any team member, how do you do this? Because no one would know anyway. It really was hearing Aaron say, you gotta think big. You gotta think different. We have to be creative. We have to be innovative. Do things that no one else was doing. I actually thought we could do a hot air balloon for our team and our, auto group.
I've got an open door policy. And if anybody, I don't care what level you are at the dealership, I don't care if you're sweeping floors or you're the general sales manager, you've got an issue, hey, let's talk about it. Let's air it out. And if the issue's with me, hey, let's level with me. Tell me what I can do better to help you.
And at about 5 o'clock at night, got a real sharp pain in my back and hit the ground. I had a heart attack. Went right down in the service drive at the dealership that I was at, and never really saw it coming.
The go-karts, when we went to the Joliet Autobahn for the President's Club, beat up my back so bad that showed that I had an issue going on with my kidney. Ended up being a 7-centimeter mass inside my kidney, which ended up being cancer.
And one of my personal goals was to run 1 mile without stopping.
We could do a hot air balloon for our team.
Tell me what I can do better to help you.
Hit the ground. I had a heart attack.
Ended up being a 7-centimeter mass inside my kidney, which ended up being cancer.
We are one team, one goal. We are one Zeigler.
I have never run a mile before. So we get to the event. For sure his ankle is broken, I think. So we get there, he's side by side with me. I'm going my mile. I have no clue where the mile is. He doesn't tell me. Lo and behold, I reach my goal. I go a little bit past the mile. He tells me I made it, and we keep going. We do the walk, the run, till we finish. Brent was right by my side the whole time, even with his bad ankle, believe it or not. But we finished, and that is definitely the epitome of one team, one goal, one Zeigler.
So I stayed positive, I put the components together, I emailed it out after a year and a half of putting everything together, got the design of what I thought would be great for our auto group and our team. When I emailed it to Aaron, I was literally shaking at my desk. It's one of those, you gotta have that confidence, that ability, you gotta believe, and you gotta have that courage just to do it and think big and think differently, and I'm glad I did.
If I self-reflect, I know that that's what I have to do. That's what I'm here for. That's what Aaron is paying me to do, and that's what I love to do, build a team, build a great team. And I've also found that if you promote from within, I have a lot better luck with that than going outside and getting someone who's not part of our culture. I think it was just like maybe a thank you to me. I hate saying that, but because they impacted me as much as I've impacted them. I'm just older, a little more experience. I think you just share your experience, and if you're not doing that as a leader, if you're not trying to develop your young guys and giving them everything you know, then you're not really being a good leader. You want the guys you're teaching to be better than you eventually, and I see that all around the group.
From what I know of the story, Dick came over and saved my life. Started CPR. From what the story goes, got my heart restarted before the paramedics got there, and it was just a Christmas miracle, I guess, when it comes down to it. So the fact that I'm even sitting here today, being able to talk about this is incredible to me, just knowing that I was given that second chance that quite a few people have not been. So I'm forever thankful for that.
That morning, yeah, just like Mike said, was very normal, kind of getting to the back half of the day. We had a finance manager that kind of ran. He was a little bit of a nutty character anyway, and kind of came running out. He said, hey, does anybody know CPR? And he's like, come on, let's go. Went over to that service drive and saw Mike, just like he said, laid out cold. Another sales manager and I, we got him all straightened out. Two of us both did CPR.
Day of surgery, obviously nervous, not sure exactly what to expect. I knew I'd be spending at least one night in the hospital because they're not going to let you go home that day. Should have been two. Luckily I got out in one, so that was a plus. But yeah, that's about it for the surgery day. It was a routine surgery. He said everything went normal, went well.
Crossing the finish line was huge. First of all, it was a great accomplishment. I never thought I'd do a 5K, let alone run whole 1 mile. But the funny thing is that as I was getting to the mile, Brent kept telling me, oh, there it is there. Oh, it's by that. And he lied to me the whole time. So I had no idea where the mile was. I just kept going. And I told him, don't tell me anymore, just let me go. Yeah, we high-fived each other, and I told him we're running across the finish line. I was not walking, so we ran the last bit.
About 5 days later, he responded, he goes, let's talk. Then in my mind, I'm like, okay, talk about what? What are we gonna talk about? What is he gonna ask? What questions do I need to be prepared for? But really, I didn't think it. I just said, if it's meant to be, it's gonna happen. And if he's got questions, we're gonna answer them. And I think that if we can, deliver this dream and whatever he's looking for, whether it be branding, whether it be marketing, whether it was a team building concept, whatever, I knew personally that I could deliver that. The thing that I took away from his yes was, let's do it and make it about our team. And to me, that just describes our culture here at Zeigler, who we are, where we're going, the direction we're going, and our growth, right? So I looked at that as, one goal, one team, one Zeigler.
Choose who you hang out with. Hang out with someone who's climbing the ladder, so to speak, or whatever your profession is or your hobby is, whoever's one of the best, hang out with them. If you hang out with people who don't want to succeed, good luck, you're not going to succeed. Yeah, that award meant everything to me. If I would have stayed a hothead, there's no way I would have been a legacy award winner. If you are a hothead and you're the type of manager, hey, I'm a manager now and you do what I say, not as I do or whatever, you're not going to develop anybody and you won't have you know what your legacy would be? As the boss you don't want to work for. Yeah, and I didn't want that.
your relationship with your people has gotten deeper since
Yeah,
then?
yeah, I would definitely agree to that. Sometimes I listen more intently now. Not that I generally didn't care before, but you know what? Before I would be kind of like not looking at my watch, but I'm like, okay, fine, we're 5 minutes in a conversation. I'd be a little bit more preoccupied. What have I got to get on to next? No, just maybe that extra 5 minutes I'm spending with somebody means everything to them.
Yeah.
And I'm very well aware of that. And I get something out of it too, I think, and making sure that I help them with anything that they're dealing with. I get a lot out of it now too, and just knowing that I can make a difference. I care deeply about people. I try and understand what they're going through at times without having selfish, reasons for not finding out what they're going through in their lives, and just have a sense of urgency about everything that we do, because you just don't know. Don't leave anything unsaid that you want to tell somebody, whether it's your family, teammates, friends, what you really feel about them, the fact that you care about them. Don't miss out on that opportunity, and do it every day. But like I said, do it because you want to, not because you feel like you have to or you're obligated. Doing things out of obligation kind of stinks, but your life will be more fulfilling if you do it that way, I think.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I can see you live that every single day.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Yep. Just appreciate being here. I really do.
So I waited until I got the pathology report to call Aaron. He was the first call I made. Didn't call my mom, didn't call my parents, nobody. I called him first because I truly, truly believe that if it wasn't for him and the way that he runs his business, all the stuff that people talk about, the pride stuff and, everything he does, I wouldn't be here. If I wasn't part of what he put on as far as the President's Club, wouldn't be here. And when I got the pathology report and it was cancer, which is something that you just can't ever be ready for, in the back of my head going, I gotta call Aaron. I gotta thank him for him being the person he is. Because in all honesty, if he hadn't bought us, I wouldn't be here. And I know it. So I wanted to make sure I thanked him. To find out one of your employees has cancer, it was only found because of something that he did. It moved him, I think. I could hear it.
So tonight is your night. Tonight, we celebrate every win and everyone on Team Zeigler. Because from the ground up all the way to the sky, wherever we go, you can feel the power of one. One team, one goal. We are one Zeigler.